Hello, this is the TradeSide Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 8th of November and ending Friday, the 13th, Friday the 13th of November 2015. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Broke out this week on Friday in particular and is now sitting at what we call 6-month highs. We closed out the week with a real nice winner ourselves. And we are about to post our October Forex results as well, which were very positive. So we'll have that listed in the blog here at some point this weekend. Here's a look at the euro dollar, which is showing obviously the opposite of the dollar index by itself, as it usually does, now sitting at 6-month, 7-month lows, basically. Here's the pound dollar, also down, broke down here, and also printing 7-month lows. Here's the Aussie dollar. This one's not there yet, but could obviously break down this week. A break under the lows there would be a trade under that 6,900 level on the Aussie dollar. Here's a look at the pound yen. Pretty much nothing this week there, and the euro yen as well, hanging near 6-7-month lows. All right, so let's take a look at the intra-week action. This is 30-minute candles, so you can see the whole week. And you can see the euro dollar just drifted down. Range for the week ended up being about 350 pips. And obviously part of it was the news on Friday. The unemployment rate and the non-farm payroll number really shoved the market down lower there. So that was a big gap down. We were short ahead of that, so that was nice. We were actually short the pound, but either way, they both moved down here. Again, you can see Monday was all right. Tuesday was fairly flat. Wednesday, even flatter, less than 100 pips of range on Wednesday. Thursday was flat, and then the UK had some news. They shot down, and Friday the non-farm payroll data. So, overall the week, good ranges, and it led to a nice round of winners for us once again. So, what do we have in the week ahead to look forward to? Well, let's take a look at our economic calendar as usual. This is the week before, so let me skip forward. All right, so we start out Sunday night with the ANZ job advertisements out of Australia, average cash earnings out of Japan, German trade balance, Centex investor confidence out of Europe. The Eurogroup meetings are all day on Monday. Housing starts out of Canada, labor market conditions out of the U.S., current account and bank lending out of Japan Monday night. Business confidence and home loans out of Australia. China puts out their CPI and PPI at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Monday night. Going into Tuesday, economy watchers sentiment out of Japan, unemployment rate out of Switzerland, French industrial production, M2 money supply and new loans out of China, Italian industrial production out of Europe. The ECOFIN meetings continue. NFIB small business index here in the U.S., along with import prices, mortgage delinquencies, wholesale inventories. 10-year bond auction in the afternoon here in the U.S. We've got the Westpac consumer sentiment in Australia, M2 money stock out of Japan. And then we go 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time, China releasing their industrial production, fixed asset investment, and retail sales. Japan preliminary machine tool orders. Europe's on a bank holiday, or France is on a bank holiday, I should say. German WPI, unemployment rate out of the UK. Bank holiday for Veterans Day here in the U.S. Canada's on a bank holiday. So essentially Wednesday, even though the stock market is open, Forex is going to be dead. So we won't be doing trade calls going into Wednesday, Tuesday night going into Wednesday here in the U.S. We'll still produce the levels for those that wish to play them out, but it's unlikely to get much in the way of action when a bank holiday. Business, New Zealand Manufacturing Index, FPI out of New Zealand, core machinery orders out of Japan and their PPI. Inflation expectations out of Australia, unemployment rate and employment change out of Australia, Japan's 30-year bond auction, and then we head into Thursday where we get German final CPI, French CPI, industrial production out of Europe, NHPI out of Canada, the weekly unemployment claims data out of the U.S., JOLTS job openings, crude oil inventories, that's the weekly number here in the U.S. That gets pushed to Thursday because of the bank holiday on Wednesday. 30-year bond auction here in the U.S., federal budget balance in the U.S., tertiary industry activity out of Japan, and then Friday we've got French preliminary GDP, German preliminary GDP for the third quarter. We've got PPI out of Switzerland. We've got Italian preliminary GDP, construction output out of the UK, flash GDP out of all of Europe, and their trade balance. It's two big numbers at 5 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Core retail sales here in the U.S., PPI in the U.S., CB leading index out of the UK, business inventories and University of Michigan sentiment, and then at 10:30 the natty gas. That's the weekly number. Usually on Thursday, it's on Friday because of the bank holiday. So none of our big numbers, although there's some key GDP coming out of Europe and some other European numbers to look at, but none of our big three here in the U.S. to worry about. No No Fed meeting, none of that stuff. So we have a straightforward trading week, but unfortunately with a bank holiday right in the middle of the week on Wednesday here in the U.S. due to the Veterans Day holiday. So that's going to put an issue in our trading, I would assume. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you have not taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. If you do find these videos useful, please like them on YouTube. It does help us out. Have a great trading week.